Hello everybody, welcome back to Reasons to Read. Our next reason to read is, words are crayons, get a big box. Basically, the more words that you know, the more ways that you have to express yourself. Just like the more crayons you have in your box, the more options you have for what to draw and how to draw it. So in this video, I'm going to make the case for vocabulary enrichment, learning more words, and I'm going to specifically be recommending that we do that through reading books. So let me first address what I think that you're thinking, because that's what I was thinking, and that is vocabulary. Okay, sure, big words. Nobody really talks like that. Why would I want to talk with big words? And you know what? I'm with you. Yeah, 100%. You'll notice that I'm using mostly small words. It'd be really weird if instead of saying, you should read books to increase your vocabulary so you can express yourself better, if instead of saying that, I said, it would behoove you if, in the course of your daily habitudes, you incorporated the act of literary consumption in order to observe, ingest, and retain a diverse array of the elements of language, so that on some future occasion, when you are desirous of communicating your inner ponderings and thoughts to others of our sapient community, you may not find yourself lacking the tools necessary to do so. Right? That's obnoxious. So no, I'm not telling you to learn more words so that you can use big words to impress people, right? In the same way, I would never say to make a good drawing, you need the most possible colors. The best drawing isn't the one with the most colors. It's the one with the right colors in the right places. You could really make great art with a limited palette of colors. I actually really love the idea that restriction breeds creativity, like trying to make an illustration with only one hue, say purple, or writing a story that fits on a single sheet of paper instead of writing a novel, or that song One Note Samba. If you haven't heard it, it's pretty great. But there's an important distinction. Those are intentional restrictions. Write a story using only basic words. That's a cool restriction. That's how Green Eggs and Ham, for example, was written. But choosing to only use short words, or simple chords and melodies, or basic primary colors, is not the same as only using them because you don't know about other words or chords or colors. I'm sure Dr. Seuss knew about longer words than I do not like them, Sam, I am, but he used the short words because they were appropriate. Billy Joel has songs in the key of C, but it's not because he's scared of B flat minor. And to bring it all back to crayons and colors, yes, yellow and red and blue and green get the most mileage, and you definitely need them. But if you only have that 8 crayon set, you miss a lot of nuance, and it's the same with words. By the way, before I continue making this case here, I'd like to recommend a snippet of an interview with graphic designer Chris Do, and his video is not about vocabulary, but it does use crayons as a metaphor for life experiences and artistic influence and how to beat creative block. I've linked to that section of his interview in the description. I highly recommend it for when you're done this. And now, back to Reasons to Read. Let's say you ask me, hey, Tim, do you want to hang out? Technically, all I need are 2 crayons, black or white, yes or no. But while those are technically adequate, I'm really glad those aren't my only actual options. I could say, sure, or you bet, or yeah, or not really, or not right now, or maybe, or indubitably. And I would probably never say indubitably, but I could if I wanted to. Or say you're trying to express yourself to your friend, and he asks, hey, how are you feeling? And you're not feeling good, you're feeling sad. Technically, you only need the 1 crayon. Sad, blue. But maybe sad doesn't quite cut it. Maybe you could be feeling disappointed, or regretful, or resentful, or despairing, or lonely, or dejected, or inconsolable, or miserable. And I'm going to stop here because this is becoming much more depressing than this box of crayons, I think is supposed to make me and you feel. But I think you get the point. Human emotion and thought is so complex that you need all the colors of the language to even have a shot at communicating what you're feeling. And even then, it will probably be incomplete. But when you don't have the color you need and you don't feel like you're being understood, it's not good. In fact, I would say it's awful. I might even say it's frustrating, or possibly exasperating. Okay, so now, finally, why read books? Why don't we just look up vocabulary lists, right? And you can, but do you want to study vocabulary lists? I don't. But the real reason that I think books are actually more effective is that books give context and memorability to the word. For example, here are 3 fun words: frenzied, verbose, and incoherent. And you could look them up and learn that frenzied means wild and disorganized and kind of manic, or verbose means wordy and dense and long-winded, or incoherent means nonsensical, or you don't know what they're talking about. And you can look that up. But if you happen to, as I did, be reading the Brothers Karamazov and find out that a character in the book is drunkenly writing a letter, And in the book, they describe the letter as, it was a frenzied, verbose, and incoherent letter, precisely drunk. That's the sentence. Those words now have an image and a story to stick in your head. I will remember Dmitri drunkenly writing in a frenzied, verbose, and incoherent way, in a way that I probably would not if it was divorced from the story. And possibly even more importantly, it doesn't feel like homework. Sometimes if I don't have an idea what a word means, I'll underline it, and then sometimes I will look it up. But you don't have to look it up. You can just keep reading the story. You can get by without knowing what all of the words mean. And over time, I promise, you'll learn the words the way that you learn to talk, by seeing and hearing them used in context over and over. And it won't feel like homework, and slowly you'll find that you're able to understand more and more nuance and subtext as you read and as you listen. And in the same breath or soon after, you'll be able to express yourself with more and more accuracy and enjoyment and completeness. And I think you'll feel more and more understood. You'll have more and more shades to express each thought, and you'll be able to take your time and select the right crayon for the job. Words are crayons. Get a big box. Now, a question I have for you. What's a word that you love? Could be a new discovery or something you've known for a while. And what color would you say that word is? I'll see you next time.